just so you can have yeah, the Knicks roaming around. But you can't take in last game like actually game-changing thing once they won, like after the fight in the after the Drax in the top lane fight. The next assassin, once he got that Acronym Scepter, he was pretty much just, you know, carrying the game from there on out. So yeah, we'll see if he can do the same thing with an Omni Knight. Obviously, he gets a lot more levels than otherwise in that offlane position. Maybe something like an early mechanism could be picked up from him if he gets an okay amount of farm. The Enchantress can help him in the lane as well, just, you know, pick up some creeps, and they can start doing that dual lane pressure up against the Ember Spirit plus Naga plus Disruptor. Not really the most amazing defensive lane. You know, Naga Siren is fairly tanky, doesn't have the best right click damage though. Disruptor also a very weak laning hero, so I think this is a lane they can definitely punish with this Empire lineup, especially with Pushkas and Shadows. If he gets a good creep, you know, you can always do something with this hero. If you get a Seitai, if you get something like a Dark Troll Summoner, a Hellbear Smasher, you know, any of those three heroes, you can do something in the lane. Even a Wild Rain Ripper is pretty annoying with a Tornado. So we'll see what it's gonna be as a mid lane OD versus Invoker. Pretty even. If the I don't think the enchanters will even bother trying to pressure the mid lane. If it feels like an odd situation, you can pressure the mid lane once you have maybe two creeps, like when you have like a Dark Troll plus Centaur, then it's possible. But before you have, if you only have one creep, I don't think we will see the enchanters try and do anything in the mid lane. And as for the off lane, Dale on the Slala versus the Sven, it's a hard lane to get farm in. Keeper of the Light plus Sven is should be able to zone him out just fine on his own. He will be in the off lane. You don't want to go jungle here when you're dual lane, but I don't think he can get much more than just the experienced leech. So yeah, compared to the last game, I would say that this game Empire they have the upper hand. I like what they're doing. I've seen Miposhka's in Channels enough times to say that he usually gets something done on the map. So yeah, we'll see if Sharks can get that farmed, if they can get that Ember Spirit farmed up so they can start doing the damage. But I just don't know. Like Ember Spirit is great on as a hero; it's a nice carry hero. But against Sven, it just feels like you're never really gonna get to a point where the Sven is gonna get killed by an Ember Spirit because you know Ember Spirit does a lot of cleave damage. He doesn't deal well with high armor heroes, and Sven is one of the highest armor heroes you can possibly fight against because of the Warcry. So even with that amplified damage, it's not going to be the easiest game in the world. The OD will have to do a lot of work this game. He will have to do at least a big part of the damage.
Thirty seconds to battle.
Alrighty, bottom lane we do have that
The
room being
battle
snatched up by
begins.
Sharks. Top lane we have the room being taken. Okay, actually by the Slaughter as the Slaughter just finds that option to sneak in, and he's like, okay, there's no one here but the Invoker. I'll go and take it, and G just backs himself up. He knows that if he goes close, he will just be crushed up. So there's no way you get the rune in that The golems are still up for a little bit. You can use one more set of look at all those creeps, man. There's a couple of skeletons. There's a lot of damage with that amplified damage, and looks like Simon will be taken down as Dale gets another kill for himself. We do have Ghostic TPing in, not in time to actually help his teammate though. Dale goes for a little bit of damage on, gets damaged by Ghostic. Ghostic tries to follow down Celery. Sunstrike comes up, doesn't hit onto Dale, as Dale will be fine, and Celery. Yeah, well, nice pressure from Dale, just making sure that that Ghostic stays away. That will even go for that what's it called, ensnare, and just, you know, get away from us, Omni Knight. We don't want you here. He's level 7 though, maxed up purification, he has arcane boots, he has raindrop. He is probably going to be looking towards that mechanism pickup, and indeed with the Ring of Region I imagine that's going to be coming up, maybe just a soul ring before that. Mipashka is starting to farm up the stack with that Wild Wind Ripper. That's always a nice creep to have to farm up the stack. Slash Drag is making a rotation down here though, and maybe they can get a kill. They do go in, Omnight gets gone on, trying to use that purification on himself. He does get most of the big creeps though. So Slash Drag does not get a whole lot of that farm. You have Ghostic, Glimpse, but Repel stops that from being usable. And now G in the mid lane, almost having that Midas completed. He's a little bit ahead of the OD in terms of farm. They have 3 heroes ahead on the side of Empire, so Compared to the last game, Empire, they have a much sweeter start. Like last game, Sharks, they were all over them with the way they set up the lane, but this time Empire, they've managed to get themselves some pretty nice lanes, and the pressure is being pretty heavy on the side of Sharks. As mainly the Disruptor just haven't been able to around on the map, but what do a lot of damage being done onto Mambus. We do have that repel as well. Purification coming up. Sunstrike comes onto Mambus. Barely misses. In snare as well, as it looks like Sharks will get out of there with a warning. Dale is stuck for the time being though, will be found by Ghostic. Gets the crush onto Ghostic, just walks a little bit, walks through him, walks past him. Hammer comes out, Illuminate comes out, but Slaughter will be fine. They heal up the Sven though, just making sure that he's all good and dandy. And meanwhile, Mipushka is getting a little bit of free farm in the bottom lane as he's getting closer towards his level 6. Obviously, he's been doing pretty much everything for the team this game, so he gets a good timing on his level 6, gets a good timing on the items he wants to get. It's all good. DOD is going for 4-star first. We'll have it very soon, but not soon enough because the Invoker has the Midas now completed. Just picked up enough gold to finish it. The Omninet is jungling a little bit, and he will have a good timing on his mechanism. You can see he has a headdress, he has a cane, he has 500 gold on top of that, so it's going to be a very nice timing on that mechanism. The Sven has the Helm of Dominator coming out anytime soon. He has power trips as well, so Empire, they're looking pretty good right now. And if anything, I would say Sharks is the ones who maybe have to consider getting a little bit aggressive. I guess the Slaughter getting Blink is something they're waiting for. It's a little bit hard to initiate without the Blink. They do have the Ash from Prisman that can set up for kills, but that's pretty much it. And the OD doesn't want to rotate away from the lane until he has at least the 4-staff. So we'll see after the 4-staff if that's going to be the case, that they start making movements. We do have the level 7 on. The Ember Spirit trying to just get as much farm as humanly possible. It looks like he's trying to get that Trail to pick up as the next item, just so he can move around on the map a little bit more. And now let's see.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Farm. OD's getting farm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, so let's see. They're pushing down the T1s on the bottom lane. They will get this very easily. There's no response from Sharks. They're just pushing the top tower as a response, but they don't really have what it takes to actually bring this down. We do have this Sven maybe setting up for some kind of counter initiation. Dale just goes to the amplified damage, but that's getting into the mid lane. They want to take the fight here. Uli dropping very low. Sunstrike comes out onto Mambus. Mambus barely dodges it. He is dropping very low though, and both the OD as well as the Ember Spirit, they drop fairly low. Now we do have them in top lane. If they always think about going in, but they don't have the static storm on the Disruptor. They will go for the TP, the glimpse back on the Enchantress though, and now this Sven may be in danger. He's getting bashed on and taking a lot of damage, but he just pops his ultimate. He's like, okay, you want to fight me? Fight me. Sunstrike comes out onto the Slaughter. The Slaughter will be taken down as Dale is a little bit too greedy up here, not respecting the potential for the Invoker. Sunstrike, we do have a recall on the Invoker into the top lane as well, and looks like they're going for that push in the top lane now, as they should be able to bring down that tier 1 tower very easily. Slashback TP's back mid, and they're trying to make it a trade-off, but when you look at the two lineups, you know, we all know who's going to push faster. Empire, they will get this tier 1 tower way before the tower is gone in the mid lane, and Invoker's already TPing back. He wants to be able to defend this. So 2 towers down on the side of Sharks, and Empire, they still not lost one single tower. They may lose G here in the mid lane though, as Slashback is going very deep trying to get that aggression done, but they will only bait out a TP from the Sven, and they will just back themselves up. They know that if they commit for that, they will probably end up dying, so they rather just get the hell out. Nice restraint from Sharks though, knowing that Okay, you don't want to dive towers. You know that they can TP in. You know that they probably have more than one TP available, as well as the Enchantress was sitting in the bottom lane for a long time. He could have TP'd in as well. So just backing up seemed like the appropriate choice. And now in the mid lane, Sven is looking at that tower. That's the last tier 1 tower standing from Sharks, and they very much want to take it that. Axes being made from the Sven as well, as he's slowly getting something done.
Radiant structures are fortified.
All right. We do have the ultimate being used by Celery, going for that song, maybe trying to counter initiate. Looks like they want to take this by Static Storm, comes out onto 2 heroes. Omni as well, the dropping very low. Nice blinding like from the keeper, like keeping everyone alive and just pushing away Slashback on that OD, making sure he cannot go in and do any damage. Looks like both teams are doing very well in this team fight. Just amazing setup from Sharks and amazing follow-up by Empire, just making sure that no one dies. The Static Storm was good, the song was good. There was no ultimate available by the OD, but even then, I mean, that would have been very close. The Sven had a good chunk of HP left, and the blinding light, man, you know, just saying, hey, no, please, don't kill people. And the T1 tower gets taken down on the side of Sharks. We do have the Tier 2 tower being gone on as well. Zalo down to pops his ultimate. They know that they have a very easy time doing this. There's no song, there's no static storm, there's nothing to worry about. They will just push down. They have the Illuminate Blast always being used by the Keeper of the Light, so everything should be fairly easy to do. We do have Slashback going in for that Astral Imprisonment onto the Sven, but the tower is falling no matter what.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, that's a tier 2 tower down on Empire on Shark side as well. Dale is getting close towards this Blink Dagger, but you've taken 4 towers on the side of Empire so far, and the Blink is still not up on the Slaughter. The Ember Spirit barely has any farm. You know, he has a bottle, he has a 1, still 1,000 gold to go for that Travel Boots pickup. The Nagasan is thinking about going in. Okay, they're actually both trying to take this fight. Celery gets blocked a little bit by the Sven, but he doesn't end up dropping down. Empire, they just trading 2 towers for the Roche.
Dire's top tower is under
That
attack.
would be okay. The Slaughter has Blink as well, so they can maybe pick off someone in the mid lane. But right now, Ghost Digger is just sitting here, and he's like the god. He's literally the guardian angel of this player. Simba is very aggressive, pushing out the lanes, but as long as Ghost Digger is behind him with his purification, his mechanism, his guardian angel, there's no way that this guy dies. So it's just proper play from Empire. They have the Aegis now on the Invoker. They have that Travel Boots drums pickup from the Invoker as well, probably going for the Acronyms as the next item. The Sven has his Echo Saber, has his helm, and he's now clearing this big boy stack. So it's about time. He will pretty much get a Blink from all this gold that he gets now. So Blink Echo Helm at 17 minutes into the game. Pretty nice timing. Mechanism is up on the Omni Knight. I imagine he will go for maybe I guess a Vlad's is probably going to be the next item. I don't think this is the best hype game. You can go for Guardian Grease first as well, obviously. But something like that. The Enchantress is slowly making his way in towards the next item as well. 4-star, Dragonlance. Well, Hurricane Flag is usually the item you want as a support Enchantress, no matter what.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And let's see,
attack.
Sharks. What items do they have? 4-star on the OD. Nagasan, not really anything special. Trout is finally up on the Ember Spirit. They're going deep. They get the jump onto the Sven. The Sven maybe taken down here. He is being brought very low. Astral Imprisonment comes out just in time. Tries to give them the space they need. And Mechanism though. The Omni Knight. Oh, they missed the crush as well. They don't stop the sleep, and the sleep was like barely stopped because he got out of the range. Then the heal came out on the Sven, and then they missed the crush. That was not a fun situation for Sharks. Very, very small misplay there, and that cost them the kill on the Sven, as well as another song being used from Naga, another Static Storm. So now there's 1 minute without the Static Storm and 2 minutes without the song, where Empire can just say, okay, we have Aegis, we have everyone alive, you know, we haven't used anything big, so let's go push. And indeed, that is what they will do. Looks like they have their eyes on the bottom tier 2 tower. Top lane, we do have Mambas on that Ember Spirit trying to just get as much farm as he possibly can, because he needs to get a lot of farm right now. He is 3,000 gold behind the Sven as well as the Invoker, and it's not looking to be any easier anytime soon. The Sven is pushing down the bottom lane. Will doesn't have the blink just yet. The ancient stack was apparently not quite enough, but he will have enough gold just now, so he can buy it whenever. Same as the Slayer is recalling towards the top lane, maybe thinking about going in on this. And indeed, they are going in a low down, so go for the Warframe jump will be used. They're trying to catch someone, and Mambas will get out of there, but only barely. Celery though is being hunted, they see him, they have the vision of him, they know where he is, he's trying to buy space, he knows he's dead, but it's just about how he dies. And indeed, he will just be picked off. Either way though, that's fine for the side of Empire, because they want to back up anyways. They got the tier 2 tower bottom, and now they want to get the tier 2 tower top. So even though Celery wasted a lot of time by just chasing them around the map, it's still fine for Empire. It's not like they lose that much, you know, it's just a little bit of time being given to the OD to farm up, but he's not farming that well. What is the next item he has? He has a full Hurricane Pike now, but it's 20 minutes into the game, and Hurricane Pike is not gonna change the game right now. Is that the blink coming out? Yep, indeed, the blink on the Sven. And let's see, the Ember Spirit, he's trying to go for the Battlefield next, I imagine, but he's a long way away from it. He's a very long way away from that Battlefield. And Ghostic in the bottom lane, such a super farmed offlaner. This game sitting on nearly 7,000 net worth. Having enough gold to buy something like a Blink, an Aether Lens, maybe the Vlads, any of these items would be pretty nice. Even just upgrading the boots into the Guardian Greaves, just so you have less mana problems. And I don't know what he purchased. I think he purchased something and then sold it again. Alright, maybe they try to go on and they have to use the Static Storm first, so oh, he gets close enough. They will go in, they will use this, no. Not. I mean, like in that situation, you have to just initiate with the Static Storm, otherwise there's no point in trying, because if he gets the repel off, you don't get the kill. So Omni Knight will survive. He gets the Blink purchased in the side shop, so he's able to be a little bit more mobile, which is nice. You know, Blink means that he can pretty much always be in position to help his teammates. Whoever gets jumped on, he will always be able to save with the healing bombs as well as the repel. Maybe not Sven though, as Sven is pretty far out in the top lane. He's trying to get a kill onto Celery, but in the end it is Sven getting taken down, as he was just a little bit too greedy here. The Aegis drops down on G as well, so he does not want to die here, but he will be glimpsed back. This could be big. They get 2 core heroes dead on the side of Empire, as Sharks, they punish the greed. The Sven very, very deep under the tier 2. Very deep. Very deep, and he ends up dying. The Aegis drops down just in the nick of time as the Moga gets taken down as well, so Empire, they lose maybe a little bit too much there. Still very far ahead, but losing your safe laner as well as your mid laner in that kind of situation is just foolish. You know, they were trying to push the tier 2 tower, but in the meantime the rest of the team was you know, elsewhere on the map. The Omni Knight was bottom, so I guess they maybe just had some communication issues coming out. Now suddenly the Nakasan has found enough gold to pick up his mechanism. The Disruptor, not really too much right now. The Omni Knight has nearly 2,000 gold from that kill. The Ember Spirit is also getting very close towards his Battle Fury, as he needs about 1,500 more gold, so those 2 kills helped him a lot. They on the bottom lane may be taken down here, and indeed he will be. He does have his Blink full, so he doesn't lose too much gold, but he does not have buyback available, and he's dead. It's never nice to be dead. Alright, recall coming out as they want to push this very badly. Lowlands will go up to the high ground and will start bashing down the tower. It is down to half HP now. G with the force grips coming in. Ashman Fishman will be used. We do have Ghostic here ready to heal, ready to keep the Sven safe. The Sven will be healed up, he will be repelled up, and flashback with that Hurricane Pike doesn't do much when you do not have the option to use your Arcane option. Now goes Sven. Very low, but he will just be sent back. Alexander comes out. No cooldown on the spells, but the repel comes out just in time from Ghostic as cooldown resets. And yeah, Ghostic, he's like, I have mech, I have purification, I have my ultimate in case of emergency, so we will be fine. They forced Sharks back to defend, they forced out the Static Storm again, and they almost got the tower at the same time, so they had to use so little there. Now we do see Sharks, they're going out, they want to just find anything they can as they smoke out 4 people behind Dale trying to catch someone in the top lane. They saw Lowlands make that TP rotation top, so they're like, okay. Right in this round, that could help. They are trying to find him, there's a ward spotting out the movement, so... Oh, is it in time though? Is it in time? Okay, he will see them, Lowlands will... doesn't quite get the blink away. The Disruptor was spotted out, but that's the only thing Lowlands does. It's not available onto Dale. Dale maybe dropping down. Indeed he does. With that purification, we do have the Omnight getting the kill there, saving the Sven as well with that Sunstrike Bob. Zany may now be the next one dropping down as the Sven. He's not backing up. He does not want to give up on a kill, and it looks like he will be able to get it. Ghostic is like TPing, is like, I'm blocking him, guys. I got him.
Healing shock.
So 2 turnaround kills as the Sven was the one, he was all on his own and they tried to catch him, but Ghosty comes in very quickly to the rescue. The Sunstrike was there and yeah, well played by Empire. Koshka is pushing the bottom lane in the meantime. He almost has, well, he has enough gold for the Hurricane Pike now, so that will give him a little bit more damage. Obviously with those impetus with Hurricane Pike is pretty scary.